Hello, this is an introductory video on Beck's scheduling tool called Synchro. So when you first log into Synchro, you're going to see this opening screen. You're going to have a navigator on the left, you have a 3D window on the bottom which you can navigate around, but until we get into that section we can just hit the X button here to close that. So we're left with our main tab. We have two tabs at the bottom, one that says Welcome and the other that says Gantt. Usually the first click that you make if you see this screen is to get into your Gantt chart view. A Gantt chart is just a more formal name for what we commonly refer to as a bar chart schedule. So Synchro functions very much like Excel. So as we want to add tasks, we click at the top and then we can type task 1, and then you have this little box at the lower right hand corner. So I can click on this box and drag down, and I get autofill features just like we have in Excel. Then we can do the same for duration, make them 5-day durations. And then you can navigate around in the Gantt chart view by I'm pressing the middle mouse button, and I can turn my cursor into a hand that pans, and then I can use the mouse wheel to zoom in on my time scale. So I can zoom out by scrolling down and zoom in by scrolling up on that mouse wheel. So the basic functionality of creating links in that schedule is to select your first task, hold shift, and click the last task that you want to link together. Then up here with this icon, you click to the right where there's a little arrow, and you can link as chain. Once we have that, we can also hit reschedule, and we see all of these tasks are linked in a sequence of finish to start. The reason they're linked finish to start is because we had finish to start selected in this quick options selector. So the way to change these relationships from finish to start is to open up our properties, our task properties window, by clicking this little red eye or hitting the control right bracket button. So I'm going to close down the navigator on this side, resize a little bit so I get some more screen real estate. So if I click on task 5, I can go down to links and say we need to select the actual link. So here, if I have task 5 selected initially, I can select the predecessor of task 4, and notice how it shows up, they both highlight. I can also select task 5's successor, which is task 6. If I wanted to change the relationship between task 5 and task 6 from a finish to start to a start to start, I can do that, and you can see how this relationship changes. I'm going to right click, add my tools window so I can get my reschedule badge. And I hit that reschedule button, and now they drop in at start to start relationships. If I wanted to add a couple days of lag or delay, as Synchro calls it, I can put my mouse cursor in this box here and then do a single mouse wheel click. Each mouse wheel click that you do is bumps up the delay by 1 day. So we're at 3 days here, we hit the reschedule button, and we can see that this relationship happens right there. So that's one way to enter your task properties, to modify your links, is to go into the task properties. The other way is to go through the predecessor successor dialog box. We get to that by, it's kind of a hidden method, a hidden dialog box that isn't totally released out. It's still somewhat in its test stages, but it is pretty handy. So if you right click at the top here, you can go to customize columns, and I want to add a column for my predecessors. So I click on predecessors and I click the single arrow button. I don't click the double arrow because that brings everything over. I just click the single arrow button to move over my predecessors. So now notice that we have a list of all our predecessors. I'm going to resize this column. And now I can double click inside this window. Sometimes you need to click outside because you go to actually edit it. But if I double click on this, I get this predecessors dialog box. So I have task 3 selected, and then I can select task 2. And now this relationship is a finish to start with task 2. I can change that relationship to a start to start. So that is saying that a task 2 and task 3 are joined by a start to start relationship. And I can add, I'm actually going to add a day of negative lag here. No, I'll do positive lag. We'll keep it above the table. And so with that, I hit close. I hit my reschedule button, and now notice that we have our start to start relationship with our 2-day lag. So those are the 2 ways to modify relationship types and to add lag or delay to your project schedule. Again, if you had any other questions on that, you go up to your help menu, go to contents, resize your window if you're doing screen capture, click on search, type in links, you'll get all sorts of different options here. All sorts of information on links or delay, or lag. All of those will get you to where you want to go. So thank you very much. I hope this was helpful, and good luck with your Synchro scheduling.